saying. At least you have your health.
Health's not good enough.
Not everyone shares your sense of humor.
Health is wealth.
Evolv. Evolv.
We evolve through pain.
Evolv the podcast.
Andrea and Julie.
It's time to begin.
Why are we playing Stevie Wonder Superstition, you might be wondering? Because this is Evolv the podcast, Health with Humour. I'm Andrea Waycott.
And I'm Julie Saunders.
And it's Friday the 13th that this episode is released.
It is. So,
a lot of people are very superstitious about Friday the 13th. So we thought we would dress as witches. Is witches superstition?
I don't know, but they're kind of like Friday the 13th-y, aren't they? I think that's why
Black
we're
cats
like this.
and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so we decided to dress up, any excuse really. Loving the nose. I tried to squeeze this pimple earlier and it just doesn't seem to want to come out.
And you know what? These are really uncomfortable.
They hurt, so we're going to talk fast.
They do. They do.
And get these off. All right, so we're going to talk about superstitions, and we're actually going to talk about some sports people that have superstitions, like the Matildas, our famous
Go girls.
They all like to sit in the same seat on the bus every time they go.
Oh, well, you know what? It would save arguments.
Yeah, but what if you suddenly had an argument with the person that you normally sit next to?
Too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Just got to look out the
You
window and
move,
sulk.
You move, you lose.
You move, you lose. Literally.
Don't.
You'll lose.
Yeah.
Steph Catley, she likes to wear the same left sock every game, and she has done since 2011. That's a lot of wear.
Oh, that's a bit crusty, isn't it?
Yeah, but she's a left kicker, so that's probably why she thinks that the sock
she's
is
got
magical.
A pile of other left socks at home that never see the limelight.
That's exactly right. Just the righties get a day out. Hayley Rasso has a small stuffed animal called Mr. Whiskers for good luck.
Oh, that's pretty cute.
Yeah, she likes her pussy. What? It's Mr. Whiskers. What do you think it's going to be? It's bound to be a cat.
Move on.
Righto. What about the AFL players? You were going to explain some of their little
they
weird things.
do. There's a couple in there that have superstitions, and I'm sure there's quite a lot. I believe that
Todd Goldstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is another person who wears the same socks for the entire season.
Yeah, it's interesting they choose socks, isn't it, as their lucky thing.
I'm not sure whether it's better to just wear one from 2011 onwards, just one, or wear the same socks in an AFL game for the entire season, which is more like or
weird.
Less desirable.
We're assuming he washes them after every match.
Are we?
He could wash his luck out, so
That's
maybe
right.
he doesn't.
Maybe he doesn't.
Gross.
And one of my favourites, go Cats, Patrick Dangerfield.
Yay!
His little superstition is to touch a goalpost before, I'm not sure whether it's a particular one, before every game. Well, it can't be because they play at different grounds.
Yeah, yes.
Otherwise, he's going to take a big trip home each time.
I'm assuming it's just where they're playing that day.
That's right. That's right.
He's a bit like Jennifer Aniston. She's got a weird superstition. When she steps on a plane, she has to step with the right foot but touch the plane. Must be like if you touch it, it's going to do something good for you. I don't know.
Maybe grounded or
Maybe.
something.
And actually, speaking of weird celebrity things, Taylor Swift, she loves the number 13.
Why 13? What is the reason?
I was born on the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks. My first song that ever went number one, it had a 13-second intro. And every time I've ever won an award at an award show, I've either been seated in the 13th row or row M, which is the 13th letter. Wow. And when I won the Horizon Award at the CMA Awards, the producer came up to me when I was sound checking and said, "All right, we're going to go in 13 seconds." There are so many numbers.
Has she ever thought that?
Do you know what? I feel like she might have said all that before.
She definitely remembered it all.
She has shared that before. Well, that is possibly a bit extreme and
overthought, absolutely. And then I ate 13 nuggets, and then I did 13 steps to the toilet, and then
we love you, Taylor.
We do. And if we're mean to Taylor, we're going to get some
keep on singing
pretty bad hate mail, so we'll just move on.
That'll be unlucky for us.
I want to finish on one that I think is really funny because it was a true thing in Vanity Fair. Lady Gaga said that she doesn't like sleeping with people very much because she believes that they will take her creativity out of her.
Well, I don't know why she keeps her creativity in her hoo-ha.
Maybe she's got a bit of space there.
Andrea.
I'm just saying, maybe that, this nose really hurts.
It's the nose that knows.
It's a bit like Lady Gaga's nose.
Okay.
All right, so So we're going to move on now. Thank you for talking superstitions with us. If you've got any weird ones, we would love to know.
Absolutely.
Other than making sure that the microwave is always on 00, I don't really have any other weird things.
I've realised I am superstitious about hats. And I'm superstitious about these noses. Oh,
Me too.
Ouch.
God, that's over.
I feel like I need to get this off. Because it doesn't matter where you put it, it's not a good look.
And if you thought that was punishing, just wait until what's coming next. So, Jules, last week I said to you I was going to find something that cottage cheese is good for or good in. Yes?
No.
I've done it again. I have.
I'm still getting over those noses.
Oh, the witchy noses.
Yeah.
They were pretty nasty.
Yeah, they're dangerous. You know, I have a newfound appreciation for witches.
I think there's a legit.
Witches, I know why witches are bitches. Sorry. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Right, do tell.
The smile's
Oh,
going to
what
be
did
off
you
her
say?
face
Cottage-
in a moment. Yes. So cottage cheese, I went through the whole of the internet basically trying to find perfect recipe, and I reckon I've nailed
Can you
it.
just hang on 1 minute? Do you mind?
No. She's brought in a bucket, ready to go. It's got little skeletons all over your little
Well, you
black
said
bucket.
it was spooky 13th thing.
Okay, that's good. You've themed your spew bucket. All right. Are you ready to see what I've
Better
created?
than last episode.
Do you know how much work this podcast is and how much time and effort I go to just to bring you exciting new things?
Andrea, I do appreciate you. I just don't appreciate cottage cheese.
And I'm such a good cook, so this makes me look terrible every time I bring in something. All right. Do you like cheesecake?
No.
Oh. Do you not like cheesecake? Legit.
No, it's not my favourite thing, no.
All right. Well, it's definitely not going to be a favourite thing now. And this is the ugliest looking cheesecake I've ever seen. I don't know if people can actually get a look at that. It's sort of sunk in the middle.
It just looks like the pastry before you fill in the tart.
Look, this recipe is very simple, and I will put it in our show notes, but it's basically cottage cheese,
Awesome.
yogurt, a little bit of vanilla and maple syrup, and I threw in a little bit of lemon juice just because, you know, lemon and cheesecake go so well.
I feel when you start throwing things in to these recipes that you realise that they are a fail and that you are trying desperately to make them more palatable for me, which I appreciate.
Yes,
It's just not working.
All right. Well, this is very high protein. You can actually add protein powder to these. There's a lot of recipes that have protein powder, but I didn't because I only had chocolate. And
And
I
I
thought, well, I'm not
feel
messing
like
with that.
you say that just to entice me because, you know, I have a soft spot for protein powder.
Anything with protein on it. All right, here. Why don't you have a little taste of that? Here. I had to cook it. You cook it for 15 minutes, moderate oven, after you've blitzed the crap out of it. No, it's actually I've had a taste. Not of that one. I had my own. It's all right. It's all right. The texture, just try it.
Did you eat yours?
Yes. The
All
whole
of it.
thing.
Did
The
you?
whole thing. Same size, everything.
I was just about to say how big was
It wasn't like a mini one.
Tiny.
I ate the whole thing because I kept thinking, am I going to like it if I just keep eating it?
Don't you, with cheesecake, don't you usually have like a base?
I could do a base, but that would add sugar and things, which I didn't think you'd appreciate.
At this stage, I'm okay with that.
Anything to make it taste better. It's the texture, isn't it? But it's not that bad. Come on, honest. Is it really? Shit. I thought I'd done better. There's going to come a time where she just refuses to eat anything I hand her. Can I give you a musk lolly? I've got one of them in my bag. Would that help? That's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Do you know what?
It's not.
It is
Better than last time?
It's better than the last
Look, I'm
one.
having a second bite.
It texturally, it's awful.
It's a bit like a baked cheesecake. Baked cheesecakes have that often dry sort of texture. It's not that
Do
bad.
they though? Aren't they like rich and creamy?
No.
Like I don't really like them, but I know when I have had a bite of them, they're creamy and
But fridge
and it's
set
got a
cheesecakes
really
are
awful
creamy.
after.
I'll keep trying, shall I? Attempt number 2, fail.
Awesome! I just so love that you're going to keep on trying. I do teach that.
Perseverance.
Yeah, keep going. Always keep trying.
Never
but
take no for an answer.
sometimes you just need to know when to give up.
This cottage cheese thing is not consensual, is it? No means no, Andrea. No, I'll keep going. All right. Well, we'll give you a little break. We'll be back in a tick.
Can I have a musty?
How's your must stick?
Well, you know what I was thinking? If these were made of cottage cheese,
There'd be a bigger market for them.
well, cottage cheese would be popular. Why don't your like concoctions taste like this?
I don't know. I'll TikTok Google. Is that an expression? Because people don't Google anymore, they TikTok. I will search on Google and see if I can find a musk stick
you remember-
cottage cheese recipe.
Yes, do you remember when you were a kid that you did you ever suck them to a point? Like,
Yes, Julie, do tell.
I don't know whether you can say that, but you
just did.
You'd sort of make it into like a
Twizzle
point.
it. You'd twizzle it around in your mouth. And then it'd become pointy like a pencil.
Yeah, and then
But these are too soft now.
that's right. So I remember if you didn't like someone, you could like.
All right, shall we move on to what we're actually going to talk about? All right. Gosh, that must stick's yummy. So, I have been on TikTok, obviously, and I got sucked in to an LED face and beauty massager.
I feel that you do not stand alone by being sucked into something after watching it on TikTok.
Is it trend or is it trash? I am not sure. This is not the same brand as I saw on TikTok. You can't even see that. It's so reflective.
What is it exactly?
It is called Rayco, the Lily Collections. Revitalise your complexion for natural glow. So what I do is I see things online and then I go find them cheaper. And that probably means they don't work. Like they're probably not the right one. But either way, it came in a nice little box and mine was only $50 and I know people pay hundreds of dollars for these. But I did see a girl use it on her eyebrow and it basically, she pushed it up over her eyebrow and it lifted her eyebrow like, no, just relax your eyebrows for a second.
I've been using it.
And it was pretty impressive. And I thought, look, if it did half
Why
of
would
what
you want your eyebrow up like that?
Because it means your skin's
Like,
snatched.
surprise!
It's supposed to help you snatch your face. So I've used it for 2 days. Do I look thinner?
Do we use the word snatch?
Yes. Snatched. Snatched means tight. Tight. Okay. So what you do is usually you cleanse, put a bit of moisturiser on, then some serum.
Do you pre-cleanse, Andrea?
I do. I pre-cleanse. I double cleanse with my cleansing oil.
Which
and
is
then my
pre-cleansing.
water-soluble cleanser.
Awesome.
And then I moisturise and then I use a serum. This is for reals. So then what you do is you turn this little beast on.
Ooh.
And look, it's got
Oh,
lights.
that's pretty.
Pretty. So there's green, there's red, and there's blue. Now, blue has no heat. It's supposed to be good for acne, etc.
Right.
Green, that's good for something as well.
Means go.
Green means go. It's just a little bit warmer, and then the
Can I
red
have a
is
feel?
Yeah, red gets warmer.
Oh, and it vibrates.
Yeah, put it on your face. So just when you do it, just very lightly, because you don't want to, cause any wrinkles in your face. I'm gonna just see if I can get an eyebrow to raise up.
Yeah, I'll take these off.
Yeah, take your headphones off. All right, here we go. So look at the camera. Show everyone where your eyebrows are now. All right, you got one eyebrow's higher than the other anyway. Did you notice that?
Oh,
This is literally what they do on.
I'm not going to lose my eyebrow, am I?
No. And she just literally did this. Wait, she maybe did it twice, but I'm pretty sure it was almost once. And then look in the camera again. I don't think it did anything.
Is that how it is?
But anyway, it's nice, isn't it? And it gets warm, and in winter, that's lovely.
Well, it's nice. It is comforting. I'm not sure that it's done anything to my eyebrows. There's been no snatching.
We can just have a little disco with the lights, if nothing else.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try that.
So what's the heat therapy?
Well, red light therapy. Red light
I
is
understand.
for healing.
Yes, I understand red
Yeah.
light therapy, but like
Heat, that just comes from the red light, I think. But it is, when your face is warm, your pores are open, right? You would know more about this than me because you're a qualified beautician, as you like to tell me.
I do. I pull that face and speak in that voice.
Exactly like that.
I'm a qualified beautician.
It has sounded a lot like that.
It hasn't. Maybe because I'm talking to you.
Yeah, just to me. But the warmth opens your pores, right? So it allows things to go into your skin better.
Well, it does. And you have to have a fully cleansed face, as you suggested.
Yeah. So I was right.
To do that. Otherwise, pores open, dirt goes in, pores close.
There was someone on TikTok, because I learn everything from TikTok.
Of course.
There was a woman who was on there saying, girls who splash cold water on their faces, that is the dumbest thing you can do after you've cleansed because you want your moisturiser to go into your skin and all you've done is just closed your pores. Am I right, Jules?
Close your little pores.
Keep your little pores open.
Close your little pores, people. So what do you think? Have you been using it?
I've used it for a couple of days. I actually think it's really good. But I
Why
wonder,
do you?
well, because it feels nice. And
Have you seen any results?
I don't know.
Positive?
Look, I've only used it for 2 days.
Like if my eyebrow falls out tonight,
Pretty sure it'll be fine.
you're in trouble.
I'm surprised it's like not up here based on what I saw on social media. But anyway, we will see. I will maybe do a check-in with you in a month. We'll see if my skin looks any better. Have a good look at it.
Okay.
Can you see all the wrinkles?
It's a bit scary. Well, you don't look that wrinkly at all.
No, you wouldn't know.
So do you know what? I think
48.
it'd be interesting to know whether if you have like cupro skin, so like like flushed red, so capillaries.
Yes.
Whether because that's kind of what I'm thinking more. So whether that sort of
I think that's the green colour supposed to help with that.
turns those off, basically.
Yep.
So whether that that actually works.
I have seen a lot of people rave about them on social media, and then a lot of people can them. So I will try for 30 days.
It might be a bit of you get what you pay for.
Probably, and I only paid $50 with Amazon Prime free delivery.
That's right. We only get 5 days worth.
This is not a paid endorsement.
That's right. But we love you.
Please endorse us, Amazon. So we're almost at the end of episode 13.
Yes, we are.
On Friday the 13th, our Superstition episode. I wanted to finish up with our highlights, and I wanted to talk about Father's Day, which was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I don't have my dad with me. I lost him when I was quite young. And so Father's Day's always been, a bit bittersweet.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but I like to focus on the other dads, the dads that are around and doing a fabulous job. Like my husband, he is an incredible father. And so for Father's Day, that's what I do. I make sure he has a great day. But he did have to work. So instead of Father's Day breakfast, we had Father's Day breakfast dinner.
Which is great. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is something that I think, you take the tray in or, you as children, a cup of tea for, or a coffee or whatever it is. So I love that.
Yeah, times have changed. Dads have to work on weekends these days.
That's right.
So, he had his bacon, his eggs, his tomatoes, his little chipolatas, some avocado, some freshly made hollandaise sauce. Thank you very much.
I like it.
Get a Thermomix. It changes your world. Again,
I
not a
get
paid endorsement.
That.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just get the cottage cheese.
I'll come round one morning and you'd be up too early. I wouldn't come round and get you breakfast.
But I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Thanks.
Really, really lovely. We broke from tradition this year. I get to see my dad quite often, which is absolutely
lucky,
wonderful.
yeah.
Very, very lucky. I couldn't be with him on actual Father's Day, so we had it at our place a week early.
Yeah.
So Dad got 2 Father's Days this year. Yeah, it was really, really lovely, and make him something that he really loves to eat, and we all sat around the table, which was just priceless. And I'm so very, very appreciative that
I know you
have
do love your dad so much. You always talk about him in such high esteem, and I want to meet him. I want to meet him and give him a hug.
Yeah,
He sounds like a sweetie.
He is, very much so. But the other thing that happened on Father's Day this year, my daughter rang me and said, as a single parent, she said, "Happy Father's Day, Mum," which I thought was just very, very thoughtful.
I think that's cute
and beautiful.
I used to get my mum a Father's Day card sometimes on Father's Day because she was doing both roles. So as you do. So
yeah,
well done.
I think that's gorgeous. So
she's a thoughtful kid, your daughter.
she is indeed.
So that's wonderful. And to all the dads out there, thank you so much for all that you do. And if your dad wasn't around on Father's Day, I feel you. We get it. It's not easy, but you become able to manage it every year and possibly a little bit better.
If you've lost a parent, it is a tricky time, but I urge everyone to celebrate the life that was.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if your dad is still around, make sure you hug him every day, not just Father's Day.
Indeed.
Now, next episode, we are going to answer a few of your questions. We have had them on email and on our social media, and we really thank you for those. There's some fun ones in there, Jules. You'll enjoy them.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm assuming you're choosing them.
I am choosing them. I look after social media. I'm the one that always answers. Forget her.
That's right. Until you don't.
Until you don't. So please, if you are on socials, make sure you follow us. And we are on YouTube, Spotify, all the usual podcast players. And we'd love you to follow. And if you can, leave a review. That helps other people find us as well. And we'd really appreciate that. Not to beg or anything like that, because that's just so crass.
I don't do that.
That's not very demure. It's not very mindful.
I don't do that.
That's a TikTok trend. I'll tell you about it later. See you. We'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Evolv the podcast.
Say goodbye to Andrea and Julie.
This episode of Evolv the podcast was co-produced by Julie Saunders and Andrea Waycott. If you wish to get in contact with the show, please reach out on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, or email evolvethepodcast@gmail.com. That is Evolv with no E. Thanks for listening. Till next time.